Anyway show. That's right.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
It's episode 3348. 3348 and Mike Matthews. That's great.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I can't hear you. Press the button, you donut.
It's the Café Anyway show with Mike Matthews, and I'm telling you stuff that's got something to do with the news. It's episode 3048, 3348, 3348. I mean, it's great. It's awesome. I seem to be singing a song as I get settled in with the podcast beginning show.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
That's the name of the show. Live from Café Anyway, somewhere in podCastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land
Mike's
of Ameritopica.
Daily
We'll hear from
Podcast.
Madame Rootabega,
Yeah.
Valentino, Bison Bentley, all stopping by. That should be wonderful. Or it'll make you cry. One or the other. Homer is a summer beach read hit. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey. I don't know if you know this or not, but apparently there's a thing going on. Soccer got replaced by The Odyssey. The epic book is having its moment. Sales across all editions are now up 76% year to date. People want a good book to just get lost in and then forget about it and use it to prop open the door. Or perhaps they're reading it on some kind of tablet device. People are finally using their tablet devices for something useful. Other than coming up to you and going, hey, would you like to be part of our charity? Here, they take the tablet and they show it to you and they have you press a couple things and sign something. Or, can you sign for this? That kind of tablets used for all kinds of stuff. I don't have one, so I guess I sound like I'm very ignorant about it, but that's the thing, is people are reading The Odyssey. Tic-tac, hi. Oh, boy. Age. That's a thing.
And here's today's podcast picture.
My mom walked around with little containers of Tic Tacs. Those tiny little candies that were like about the size of a teardrop. And they were packed full of mint flavor. My mom loved those. She'd give them to my friends. Here, have a Tic Tac. They all remember my mom because of the Tic Tac. The late great Basil the Boxer never had a Tic Tac. And the podcast picture is not of Tic Tacs, but of the late great Basil the Boxer's distant relative known as Rocky the Cat. And he had an interesting moment where he was yawning and showing his teeth. And it was a cool picture I snapped really quickly. And you can see that at mikesdailypodcast.com. Tell all your friends about mikesdailypodcast.com. That is where you can go and see video of this. In fact, I record the video, but then I have it only posted for about a week, thanks to the folks at twitch.tv. And I'm wearing my Stinking Rose shirt from San Francisco. They also have one in Beverly Hills. Or at least they did. I don't know if they still do, which I happened to go to years ago before a Lyle Lovett concert. Oh, that was fun. I'm amazed we did that. We did a lot of interesting things back in the day where we would drive all the way down from Ventura County down to Beverly Hills, then go over to Griffith Park to see a show with Lyle Lovett, and then drive all the way back home to Ventura. Wow. That was a lot. That was the Southern California lifestyle, folks. Driving, road tripping, and all the like. But not talking about Tic Tacs or Lyle Lovett. And then did he sing that Ticky Tack House song, Ticky Tacky, that they used at the beginning of the show, Weeds? He might have. They had all these celebrity singers singing that song. TikTok announced a multi-year global content partnership with the NBA and the WNBA that includes creator access to live game content and events. The future of media belongs to creators, not legacy broadcasters, says Rob Black. I produce his podcast, and he's heard on AM 1220 KDOW weekdays in the 5 o'clock hour.
Go figure.
Oh, look who's here, walking around.
I bet a lot of people come up here.
It's not...
And it's still stand and be here forever.
That's right.
This guy created.
It's Russ.
Huh. Cool.
Russ, RV or TV guy. He recently just turned 70. And he's still doing his YouTube channel. And he goes around and checks out places. I have a feeling he's going to be back. Well, the 3 in 4 Americans make unplanned impulse purchases. When did they do it? Late night shopping. Late night shopping's when they do it. Younger consumers are the biggest late night impulse shoppers. They spend about $541 a year. Over $500 a year on after-hour purchases that get delivered to their house, and they like that. Yep. That's right. He's back. Look, it's our TV guy.
1930. This was originally built.
1930?
Fine dining right here. Huge paintings. Walk around all you want.
At Café Anyway.
Enjoy it. But the architecture in here, just gorgeous, isn't it?
Feel free to walk around, Russ.
Chandeliers.
We do have a nice chandelier here.
Ceiling.
You like the
cozy, doesn't it?
There's
all kinds of famous people just everywhere you look.
Famous people on the ceiling.
Wow. Like
mirrors on the ceiling.
Their game room. There's game tables.
The pink champagne on ice.
Big open areas. Fireplace.
We are all just prisoners here.
Yeah, that painting
of our own device.
Isn't it? Big old.
You might be wondering what kind of podcast
ceiling,
this is.
That had to cost
2 guys talking at the same time.
Isn't that something? Little courtyard outside with flowers. Huh.
Thank you, Russ. Have fun walking around. He's just going to describe everything he sees at Café Anyway. We're about to go outside to the courtyard, by the way. And there's an outhouse if you need to use the bathroom. A smarter bathroom break? Health tech startup Kasana is launching a $200 smart toilet seat. The seat automatically measures your blood pressure, your heart rate, your respiratory rate, your blood oxygen. Every time you sit down, it's got AI-powered sensors that can identify and track individual household members. Kasana, the startup, is betting it can help the 48% of U.S. adults with high blood pressure who need consistent monitoring. That's a little less than half of all U.S. adults that have high blood pressure. As we go outside a Café Anyway, where we bring you Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth in the land of Rootabega. So nice out here. Now, I didn't have any World Cup watching parties here at Café Anyway. And if I did, I suppose I would have raked in the dough. But the World Cup final remains one of the biggest live television events, Café Anyway, on the planet. It drew in an estimated 1.5 billion viewers. 1.5 billion at its peak. But YouTube won a different game entirely. Across highlights, the soccer highlights, and then also the reactions to the highlights, what we call creator reactions, all the clips that were uploaded to YouTube, all the analysis. And that's true because my lovely lady friend I remember was watching right after the World Cup final, this Scottish guy just totally lambasting the Argentinian team and say, oh, they were playing like a bunch of crazy people. I can't do a Scottish accent.
It didn't go quite as
planned. But it was rather hilarious to watch. So that kind of thing, and behind-the-scenes content, all that was uploaded to YouTube and got a lot of views. Generated more than 1.7 billion unique viewers. And there were over 200 billion tournament-related video views. I'm sure TikTok did pretty good, too. Oh, yeah, that's an interesting point Rob brings up. So you may have 3 minutes. It's a trap. It's a trap. Watch out. You may take 3 minutes of the live game to as an analysis. He's basically saying you got to sit there for 2.5 hours to watch the game to come up with that 3-minute analysis. So it takes a little bit of work. Of course, you've got AI now doing this stuff for us, but still, I don't know exactly how good that content is. I don't watch that kind of stuff. That stuff. those type of videos. But the media consumption's evolving because traditional TV still dominates those must-watch live moments. Yes, traditional TV. That's why it's still around for those must-watch live moments. And that often involves sports. Sometimes politics. Sometimes big news. World news, local news that's big that everyone needs to see what's happening right at that moment. Heck, even radio helps out with the local news that needs to get out there, that emergency news that people want to know what's going on. On my way home from Fremont, I noticed a lot of lights were out. And I go, wow.
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
And some guy drove by and said that to me, and that was very nice of him. But maybe it was flattering. But still, it requires that there be a live broadcaster there, either on the radio or TV, telling you what is happening in real time. Hate that expression, but it's caught on. What's happening right there, right now, happening in the present tense. Digital platforms like YouTube and TikTok extend the... I did not say TikTok. I said TikTok. I saved it. Tip Top. I'm going to start a channel called Tip Top. It's going to be great because everyone will think it's TikTok. Anyway, they extend the conversation for weeks through an endless stream of creator-driven content. Live television owns the event.
Do you people really think you can get healthy by eating protein Doritos?
But of course, that's a problem with live TV. You got to watch all those Doritos commercials. So live television owns the event, and then platforms like YouTube increasingly own the audience before, during, and long after the final whistle. And one other thing going on that people are really getting immersed in, and that is IMAX movies. The global box office is on pace for its strongest year since the pandemic. I never thought that sentence would ever be uttered because it looked like the pandemic had severely torpedoed the film watching industry, going to movie theaters. But apparently this has been the strongest year since all that happened. IMAX is going to apparently be, it looks to be the future of the epic or blockbuster movie industry. And I knew someone when Odyssey was just about to come out. And it's not 2001: A Space Odyssey, all you space nerds from way back. It's just The Odyssey. Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey is proving that premium movie experiences draw huge audiences. I knew someone who was they were going to go to the premiere of The Odyssey before it even came out. They got special tickets to see a special premiere, and it was at an IMAX theater. Fans are paying... They're paying...
Mike is awesome.
Thank you, Rob. Premium prices. Typically $30 per ticket. And in major cities, that's $50. Only about 25 U.S. theaters are equipped to project the actual 70 millimeter IMAX format. The movie generated a record $30 million domestically, $52 million globally on IMAX screens. And that was on the weekend that it opened, during its opening weekend. The previous movie that Nolan had, Oppenheimer, which you may have heard a thing or two, in conjunction with that Barbie movie. Gosh, that was 2024 already. Wow. 2 years ago. That generated nearly $180 million in IMAX ticket sales. So now, so far, $52 million. We'll see by the end of all of this how much. But that's the record he has to beat. $180 million in IMAX ticket sales. Later this year, Dune 3. Yes, they've made a third one. It will be coming out later this year. And it has secured weeks in IMAX locations. So that is going to be absolutely huge and amazing, I'm sure. But I haven't seen any of the Dune thing. I'm not the biggest Chalamet fan, but I guess people are, because they're gonna. They always, when they open up those Dune movies, they do so well. So many people go to see them. Theater chains are rushing to add more IMAX locations, and AMC recently agreed to, and I apologize that I'm working something technically and fixing it now. They recently agreed to build 12 new IMAX theaters and upgraded 68 existing ones. They're upgrading 68 existing ones. In the last 2 years, IMAX stock has gone from $15 per stock to $40 per stock, more than doubling. Amazing. Okay. I'm going to now bring something up here that saddens me incredibly. And I found out the news. It was weird because I was listening to the podcast that's done by Adam Curry and John C. Dvorak for a couple of days before I finally realized that John C. Dvorak had passed away at the age of 80. And I've played some of the clips from them before. Here's one of them. And you can hear John C. Dvorak. He's the one. He's got the lower, more raspy voice. But here's the clip that always makes me laugh.
NPR, baby.
Yeah. Although I don't want to overstate it, they were by and large very friendly. They wanted to talk about, there was a lot of praise.
How old is she? 12? I'm just trying to guess by the voice.
That's the one, John laughing there. Those two guys did this podcast, No Agenda, for 20 years. I don't know what's going to happen now that John has passed away, but I was so sad to hear the news. And he's 80. He was 80 when he passed, and he was there, by all accounts, he was there with his wife when he passed. And I just loved the way he would do analysis of things that were happening, current events, cultural event type things, society stuff, and what he would say. He was from the Bay Area, grew up here, as far as I know. Definitely spent a lot of time here, wrote about the tech industry before anybody knew what that was. And he just had some really good insights into what was happening. And I'm going to miss that. I'm feeling really sad about the whole thing. But anyway, Café Anyway, I'm sure that he is still criticizing things up in heaven. Maybe he's giving God some feedback on stuff that he sees. You know, you really should paint that side of heaven a little bit with a brighter color. I don't know, whatever it is. But anyway, John C. Dvorak. But you know what? We're at Café Anyway, and we're still doing the podcast after 17 years. Even though we've been told, don't get into podcasting. It's a dangerous thing, but back then nobody knew what podcasting was, so...
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
We're still doing it. Look who's here. Oh my gosh, it's Madame Rootabega, and I can't wait to see an IMAX theater show. Oh! You're going to go see an IMAX theater show? Is it going to be one of the Star Wars movies? Yes. Is it going to be this Oppenheimer movie? Yes. Are you going to see all the movies ever made in IMAX theaters? No. There was one I saw. Actually, there's been more than one that got me sick. I can't take that huge screen and the big motion swinging back and forth stuff. It's too intense, and then the music's too intense, and it really disturbs poor Mike.
Is that why you're bald, Mike?
Yes, that's right. That's right. Thanks for pointing that out, you lovely, lovely man. Look who else is here.
Hello there, Mike. This is Valentino.
And this is Bison Bentley. Do you know that?
Mike, we was very scared about hearing what's going on with people eating things and then having bad times in the bathroom day.
Yeah, it's dangerous. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. Do you know that? Yes, well, both experts agree. All experts, both experts? Does that mean there's only two experts? But this, according to the people at health.com and healthyeating.com or better eating or something like that, they agree that proper washing is probably your best defense at home when it comes to the eating well is the name of it. That is your proper defense to best defense at home. Keep in mind, it says here, washing reduces but does not eliminate the risk.
Why do they always interrupt our snacking?
Yes, you're snacking on...
You're a demon.
Delicious fruits and vegetables. Start with the basics. Wash your hands with soap and water before handling any fruits or vegetables. Then rinse all produce under cool running water before eating, cutting, or cooking it. Skip soap, detergent, or bleach on your produce. They aren't approved for washing food and can leave harmful residue behind. One expert pointed out a common mistake, assuming produce is clean simply because it looks that way, or skipping items you don't plan to eat the peel of. Even fruits and vegetables with peels that you typically do not eat, like avocados or melons, should be rinsed before cutting. Otherwise, a knife can drag contaminants from an unwashed rind or skin and go straight into the flesh you're about to eat. For firmer produce like melons and cucumbers, use a clean produce brush to scrub the surface under running water and keep washed produce separate from unwashed items and raw meat. Keep it away from raw meat to avoid cross-contamination. Now,
Mike makes music.
This is my new song called Cyclospora. Oh, Cyclospora, I just can't ignore the risk to getting you. I can't do, 'cause I'll spend all the day in the bathroom. Cyclospora. Cyclospora. Since cyclospora is especially hard to fully remove once it's on produce, a few extra habits can help. Cook when you can, because heat keyed. I don't know why I went to Australian all of a sudden. Heat kills the parasite. Heat kills the parasite, so cooking vegetables rather than eating them raw reduces the risk. And choose whole heads. What? Instead of bagged greens. Yeah, get the whole head of lettuce or cabbage. You can remove and discard the outer leaves of the whole lettuce, which are more likely to carry the contamination. And then thoroughly wash what remains. So helpful. Oh, yeah, and you heard about the false positives in the lettuce cyclospora test? The FDA?
This is Judge Clinton.
Oh, yeah, Judge Clinton person.
I'm trying to get the telephone number. Get me the number into the studio.
You've called the studio.
I'm supposed to be on.
You're on with me.
The radio.
You're on right now.
Good cheer.
You be good cheer too, and avoid the cyclospora. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration said that a sample of shredded iceberg lettuce from Taylor Farms, which initially tested positive for the parasite cyclospora, was a false positive. And after further review, they confirmed that no samples have tested positive for the parasite. This was of July 17th. And after that weekend, the agency continues to investigate the outbreak, which has affected over 1,600 people across 34 states. And of those 16,000 people, 5,000... Okay, I guess it doesn't include Michigan. Well, Michigan has 5,000 cases and 102 hospitalizations. So, but there was a false positive. They're continuing to collect and analyze product samples. Follow recall guidance and avoid eating recalled lettuce products. They're determining the source of the outbreak, and it said that public health experts caution that multiple sources may have contributed to the outbreak. But thank you for being at Café Anyway, where we don't have any cyclospora. We have a lot of great things.
And they have 150 to 200 gas pumps.
That's right.
What?
Massive.
All this stuff here.
Walmart-sized convenience store.
We have gas out here.
And inside is anything you can imagine, food-wise.
Anything you can want.
From burgers to barbecue to
it's all here.
Chicken.
So it's like a truck stop on steroids.
Oh, at least.
Okay.
Don't take steroids.
Quadruple dose of steroids.
I'm surprised.
Although I had to take a type of steroid once I had poison oak last year. Didn't get it this year. Or if I did, it went away quickly. And I didn't have to take any steroids or anything like that. But hey, what do you think about all that? Here's the number to call.
Call Mike at the Café Anyway hotline. Area code 510-228-4640.
And with all things having to do with Mike's Daily Podcast, we go to the mainframe and hear from A-Frame. Thank you for listening to the show that is called Mike's Daily Podcast.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye.